The Lateral line is proudly partnered with Vertex Lubricants.
Guess what day today is? NATO is stupid amounts of excited to finally be getting out in our dream machine. I am right now waiting for Milan to turn up, and once Milan gets here we'll be full bore packing the boat at 100 miles an hour.
Go fishing in a new boat!
Woohoo!
How awesome is that?
I'd imagine Milan's going to rig all his rods here, test all his knots, and then make full use of Dane's amazing rod storage underneath our dash. Then we'll get the rest of the gear needed for an overnight mission packed into the boat, fill up the chili bin with food. There is some venison backstraps, courtesy of NATO and his bow and arrow for dinner tonight. We're doing an overnight mission, so we're going to fish this afternoon and fish tomorrow morning. The weather forecast isn't exactly perfect, but I think it's good enough to get out in the harbour at least. And tomorrow morning, from about daylight until 9 o'clock, it is pretty much glass out. Well, at least that's what Predict Wind's saying. And if that's true, then I reckon that's Milan's shot at trying to get a big kingfish on board the boat. Staying close to home on this one, it's only about an hour's drive and then we can drop ourselves into the harbour. Probably going to stay in the harbour tonight with the forecast that we've got. I'm now equipped with a drone. Well, I should say that Dane from Margo Boats was nice enough to lend us his drone. A little bit risky on his part, but he reckons he's got insurance, and I've put a heap of hours into learning how to fly the thing, so fingers crossed it stays dry. Just when you thought that Milan's hats couldn't get any crazier, he made a hat out of the seat material.
First trip out on Sojourn. Holy shimolies, I just want to go over it and tell you about this and tell you about that, but I think the best way of doing it is just fishing out of it. And over the next few shows, we're pretty much going to go over the whole boat and tell you why we did it and why it's so freaking cool. But at the moment, we've got an outgoing tide about an hour before low. We're going to pump a billy try right on the side of a drop-off. We're here kind of just to have a hangout. It's meant to be 15 knots of wind, but there's virtually no wind. So we're going to stay the night in the harbour and try out the new boat. We're going to go up to Coromandel. We wanted that for our first trip, but weather decides where we go. And we are here. So let's just go fishing and see what happens. It's not really about the fish this trip. It's about getting out on Sojourn and having a good time. Look at that. Your gear fully rigged and out of the way.
Doesn't want your lure, man. Get some bait. Now we ate it.
Yep. Those bigger kahawai. Oh.
I spoke too soon.
Want those bigger kahawai.
You want a smaller kahawai?
Just to stick out here, yeah. Just want that nice perfect size, you know?
Got him! Oh, he's a scrapper. That ain't no little one, right?
They're all scrappers. If not kingfish bait, dinner for the boys tonight.
Nice work, Marlon. Here he comes. He ate it.
Yep.
I seen him eat it. Oh, now they've got a scrapper.
A good fish.
Oh, they're all good fish. There's no small kahawai here at the moment.
First livey off the new boat. See you later.
Check out the size of the kahawai in the harbour. Actually, I should be calling that the mighty kahawai because it's massive.
That's a bait you want to take to Mare Island. Check that out.
Now that is a kahawai. It is huge.
So much weight to it. It's got to be 3 kilos. I think we'll let that one go.
Yeah, we'll let him go.
Oh, yep.
Oh. Early number 2.
Keep it flowing, I say.
Keep it flowing, he reckons. Milan's in trouble now.
Not the one I wanted. That's okay. And there's the big kahawai we've been trying to catch.
Oh no, Marlon, you're in the poop, man. You're gonna get spooled, son. Tip for younger players, don't leave your bait sitting on the bottom when you're in the harbour trying to catch kahawai, or else Mr. Eagle Ray's going to get it, and then you have got one heck of a fight on your hands. Is he going to jump for it? Oh, you're going to get owned on the anchor rope. You're going to get owned. Oh! Go, Mr. Eagle Ray. You own him, man. You own him.
Who put the anchor over?
Hook's out. Let him rip. So far, so good. It is so cool to be back out on the water and to be doing it in our boat. The boat that we designed and have always wanted to build just makes it all that much better. So far, the weather has been bang on. Predict Wind said it was going to blow 15 knots and it's blowing 15 knots. But if Predict Wind is right again tomorrow, it's going to be all good. Glass out till 9 AM tomorrow morning, so fingers crossed that's how things play out. Milan is just about to cook the boys something to eat. We're probably going to move. It's just about to hit low tide, and at low tide this isn't the place to be, so we will toggle off and find something else to do. Whoa, choo Marlin.
Lunch for the day. Lunch is served. Then back to fishing. Good fish in the harbour. Just got to find them, eh? Oh, heaps of piper going at the front of the boat. Are they kingies or kahawai?
Kahawai, I can see them. They're all going past the boat. That is cool. Look at them go.
It's got to be a kingy and a piper, though, eh?
Look at all the piper. Yeah, if there's kingies in the harbour, they're going to be here, man. Definitely.
Kahawai.
Oh,
Oh, big bust up in front of the boat. Oh, look at that one. That's a kingy.
where?
Oh, I got a kahawai. I'm going to get rid of my kahawai.
Oh, it's all happening. Oh, look at that one.
That
busting
last
up
one was
hard.
a kingfish, hey?
Did you see one? You reckon it was a
Yeah, I
kingy?
reckon it was massive dust up.
Oh, look at those ones going.
Kahawai. Yeah.
You need a bigger stick, put a big stick bait or something on. They're everywhere. They're just, piper are getting smashed. Come on, get your lure, let's go. God, the big kahawai. The mighty kahawai doesn't get much mightier than that. Big stick bait time.
Stick bait or a big sluggo with a sinking head?
Oh, I'd go a big stick bait. The kahawai gonna eat the sluggos. Bigger stick bait. Big stick bait that a kahawai won't eat, man. Kahawai won't eat NATOs. Where's they're busting up again. The mighty kahawai even want to eat that big stick bait. They're aggressive.
What a platform!
That was super exciting. There could have very well been a kingfish in amongst that, but I think it was just a case of right place, right time. Moving on. Looks like some more piper are getting smoked. You nearly got it.
Well, they're piper. It's not like the...
They're a big piper too.
Yeah. Look at them here. Getting nailed.
They're just getting dusted everywhere I look at the moment.
Oh.
Oh, there's a kingy right there.
Can you still see them?
Yep, it was a good fish. Boosh, boosh, boosh.
Look at this thing. It's huge. Oh, look at them all outside the boat.
Gotta be a kingy here, eh?
Gotta be.
Somewhere.
Got it one.
See?
Oh, there he is. Oh, eat it. Oh. Oh.
Come on, fish.
Big fish. Big fish, bro.
They're on that pressure. They're on the pressure line.
Yeah.
Just cast down the pressure line.
There's a massive kingfish. Well, it might be many sitting in the pressure waves.
Gone to a popper trying to get that fish to feed. Eat it! Predict wind was spot on. The wind is a little bit much. We were going to camp the night on the water, but there's not really anywhere to hide in the harbour to get out of the wind and get out of the waves. And Milan has a beautiful batch that's like 10 minutes that way, so that's us. We are going to head for the batch, stay the night there, get up early, and we're back at it tomorrow, hoping that predict wind is again correct.
It might be a 4 o'clocker.
It is going to be a 4 o'clocker. Venison for dinner. The alarm went off stupid early this morning. It is getting daylight at 5 o'clock at the moment. But it definitely wasn't hard getting out of bed. We are once again upon the water on board Sojourn, hunting for the mighty kingfish. We had a bit of a chat last night, and after what we seen yesterday, piper, huge kahawai and kingfish in the harbour, it seems a little bit silly to leave the harbour, especially with the short weather window that we have. There is a touch of wind right now, but I'm hoping that that is it, just a touch. It is dead low tide, which is not ideal. Navigating our way out of this little channel might be a little bit tricky, but I'm sure that we will get there. From there, I think we're pretty much just going to go straight back to where we seen that kingfish yesterday. There was a bit of a bank, it goes from deep water up onto shallow water, and there was just a bit of a ripple line, and the fish was sitting on the face of those sort of, I guess they were pressure waves. So we'll go back there and see what we can find.
Oh, there they are.
The kahawai and the piper are here again. Is the kingfish. Oh, it's happening again, Milan. Last cast, and then we're going to the shallows to pump some burley. There were definitely kahawai here this morning, but they're not now. Let's get the party started with a double. I feel like my helicopter pad.
Love it.
We've got our own personal helicopter pad. While I was up flying around with the drone, checking out all the eagle rays, there's just eagle rays everywhere. Milan has caught 2 live baits and now has 2 live baits swimming, and even got a couple of live baits in the tank. So now it's just a matter of kicking back and waiting for a kingfish to grace us with its presence. It's just big kahawai after big kahawai after really big kahawai.
I don't even know if I keep that.
It's too big, eh?
I've already got 2 in the tank that size. Can't have too many of those in the tank. They're perfect for going offshore.
Not too much has happened and the boys are getting restless. Well, I should say Milan's getting restless. So we're going to head out to the entrance and do a bunch of drifts with live baits down deep. And if that doesn't work, we're going home. Could driving past the cardinal marker without casting at it be like a cardinal sin?
Pretty much. You just can't do it. I don't know how you drive past it as a fisherman.
Drift number 1.
Always the best one.
Always the best one.
Well, you find out if they're fishing or not.
I had a rule. If you didn't catch a fish by drift number 3, you weren't going to get one. Next drift. Number 2 drift. And number 2 drift has 2 live baits.
Don't know if that's good or bad.
It's good if you catch a fish, and if it's bad if you get a tangle.
Or a double.
Or a double's even worse, right? NATO might have to catch one. Well, I think we've tried about every trick in our fishing book to catch a kingfish today. We burleyed up on the sandbar, we drifted the entrance, we cast at marker poles, put live baits past marker poles, we even towed live baits down the outside of the bar. We even went up the back of the harbour looking for black greys, and we found one, but it didn't have any kingies on the back of them. And we haven't even seen a kingfish, so we're gonna call it quits, head back, get the boat cleaned up. But on Friday, the weather forecast is spot on, and we'll be back trying to seal the deal. What are you doing, Milan?
Pushing the boat. Last of the outgoing tide, not the best tides in the world, but we're going to sit along a bit of a rock wall here, right where all the boats come out of the boat ramp. Just see if there's a king sitting along. It's a good place on the last of the tide. It's a nice deep hole, and the kings come and sit along this bank, and lots of bait sit there. So we'll just have a sit there for a while, and then on the incoming tide we're going to pop up on the sandbar again, get up on that white sandbar and pump a massive burley trail and see what we can find. And if not there, go and drift the entrance. The plan is to catch a big kingfish in the harbour in our new boat.
You're a keen man having 2 live baits in the water when there's no current. You love it, eh?
I love it.
I love it.
I love it when we catch fish.
I love it when there's fish to be caught. What happened?
Took my live bait off.
That was a kingfish?
Yep.
Well, that's all good. At least we've got a strike.
Oh, that's not good.
Bottom fish.
Oh, no,
No, that's a kingfish. That ain't no bottom fish. Oh, what happened?
hooked on the bottom.
Oh, dude. Would you just pull the hook out?
Yeah.
Just pulled the hook out.
Got it.
Man, you're getting owned today. Kingfish 2. Mile and zip.
It was hooked on the bottom.
Well, hooked on the bottom, and then there's a kingfish hooked on it. So really hooked on the bottom is probably not the right terminology.
Got it.
So yeah, we've moved up onto the shallows. Burley's pumping, live bait's deployed. What is Milan gonna stuff up now?
Pick a fish.
Is he eating it?
Yep.
Ooh, get it, Marlon. Hang on, wait.
Quick, quick.
Yep, go. Oi! Ah! What happened?
Hook pulled.
Dude, it's not your day.
That was a good one too.
Yeah, that was a good strike. Oh, gutted. 3-zip, Marlon. It's not Milan's day, but we're getting closer. The last couple of days we didn't get a live bait eaten, and today we've had 3 live baits eaten. Maybe soon we can move on to catching one, or at least hooking one. That's the next step. Hooking one and getting reefed, and then catching one, eh, Milan?
That fish randomly struck when he was running it.
We don't want to hear your excuses, man. We want to see your kingfish.
I have no interest in talking to you at the moment.
You wouldn't believe it. I just put the drone up, went in the sandbar looking for kingfish, found some eagle rays, and I was trying to get a nice funky shot of them. Next thing I know, Milan starts squawking, look up, and there's just surface eruptions everywhere. Both of his live baits are getting attacked. Come flying back with the drone, literally to try and film it. But by the time I got back here, Milan had already struck a fish and missed it. What's that? Well, Milan's saying it just ate the bait. Either which way, another one, number 4 live bait of Milan's has been eaten today, and he failed. Oh, some days you just can't do anything right, and then other days you just can't do anything wrong. Hopefully Milan's wrongs have come to an end. Looks like I might have spoken too soon about the good weather. There's a bit of wind charging down the harbour at us. It's amazing how a little bit of wind can just completely change the look of the harbour. You're good at catching carway, Marlon.
I got carway mojo is my problem.
I'm very, very impressed with the size of the carway in the harbour. There's a big bronzy following Milan's stick bait in. Gonna have to put the drone up and see that. Alright, we're just about out of tide, so we are about to pull the anchor and head home. But on the way home, we are gonna stop in the entrance and do a couple more drifts just in case. We're gonna go chase the shark in the boat first. That could be a bit of fun. Oh, it's a big one. Man, they can haul ass when they want to. Holy schmolies, he can haul. What have you got, Marlon?
Got myself a log.
A log?
That's not my day, eh? Stay to bed, I reckon.
Yes. Milan hooked the cardinal marker. Oh, bugger. Is it going to come off? Yeah. Nice. At least you got it back.
Milan did a hard day. Please, 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 please.
I just prayed to the fishing gods for you, man. Well, that's it. The boys are defeated, but we had a ton of fun doing it, and I'd imagine that the next time the weather allows, we'll be back here trying to do it again.
The Lateral line is proudly partnered with Vertex Lubricants.